Hey guys, the LMW 664 Productions here, and today I'll be doing a recent projects and haul video. So, let's get into it. Okay, so how this is going to work is that the first couple of items are going to be recent projects of mine. After that, I will go into my hauls, which include a haul from Scranton Hobby and a train show haul from the Lackawanna Radisson train show. That wasn't too far long ago. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I did was restore this Pennsy K4. Now, as it turns out, this isn't actually Lionel. This is American Flyer pre-war. 1939, I believe, is the year it was made. And I was able to acquire a light bulb for it at the train show. You could see it right in there. And it has worked, and it's still working now. I will show a video of it running, as with all the stuff that runs, later in the video. Now the spoiler cap is kind of fiddly to get in, so there we go. Now I really like the valve gear on this. It's, in my opinion, more realistic than certain other valve gears that you get nowadays with the modern trains. But it's got wipers instead of pickup rollers, and it's got a what looks like a new motor, but it's really not. It's actually quite good too. So I do like these motors, and I do like these old engines, so you will see this running later in the video. My next project was this Intermountain Boxcar kit. Now, as many of you know, I already showed you one of these. That was a Northern Pacific one. This one is going to be painted up into Lackawanna. That's why I have it in this custom brown. I found the paint at Home Depot, and if you want to know what kind of paint it is, I could put it in the comments. I got decals for it, but unfortunately these decals aren't exactly the most realistic decals for what I want to do. So I got some decals at the train show, but that's for later. The next couple of items are going to be locomotives and rolling stock that I bought at the train show. The first one I'm going to show you is this Northern Pacific U25C, I think it is. It's a River Rossi locomotive, and it had some absolutely horrendous zinc rot on the fuel tank. I was able to stabilize this by dumping probably about a half a gallon of hobby glue onto the fuel tank. There was a part that stuck out right here where you could see it's cut off, where it would run up against my HO scale track and derail the engine and stop electrical contact. So I did the logical thing and cut it off. From there, I just put a little piece of soda can, which is that shiny bit you could see in there, and it works, so I guess that's really it. It's a good runner. It's just about my most powerful HO scale locomotive I have, and I do like it quite a lot. You will see this running later in the video. The next thing I'm going to be showing you is this Weaver hopper. Now, you'll notice the pretty big issue as to why this won't run. It doesn't have wheels. Well, it did have wheels, but these are two-rail wheels. And it did have couplers, but they're two-rail couplers. So it said three-rail on the box, and this thing actually was broken when I bought it. It was broken here, and this little add-on part down here, which is just one piece, was off the car and in the box. But everything was there, so I figured I could probably talk the guy down to a good price. So I wound up getting this car that was originally selling for $20 for $8. So I can't complain there. It's quite a nice car. This is one of my favorite parts about it. Just that little placard right there. I always liked that on the Lackawanna's hoppers. So now I have more DLMW stuff for my railroad. Alright, now this is where things get interesting. The next few items are an Alco FA and an Alco FB. Both units are Lionel engines. That's not supposed to be there. Anyways, both of these engines were selling originally for $25 each. I was able to talk the guy down to $35. Simply put, this one's a dummy, and maintenance needed to be done on them. This doesn't have a sound unit, and it's making that really god-awful brake brake shoe squeal sound. So it will be required to open these up and take them apart. That could possibly be a live stream in the future. But you never know. It'll be fun. Anyways, that's it for the train show. The next thing I got was this Central Railroad of New Jersey boxcar. Actually, it's a refrigerated boxcar. This is another Weaver boxcar. It's quite nice. I really like it. I love the old Weaver stuff. It's really a shame that they went out of business. It's got good detail too. So I will show this running along with all the other stuff that can run, because there's a lot of stuff that won't run. Alright, now the next couple of things I'm going to be showing you are paper, not actual rolling stock, but they do have to deal with the old railroads. This is a Reading Railroad Bethlehem to Philadelphia timetable, and I got this for about $1. It's really neat. This is probably the main reason why I bought it, and I gotta say, it's really a glimpse into the past. The next thing I got was this old document from the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad. This is about the Texas City explosion. So here's what it says if you'd like to read it. You could pause the screen, and here is who the acting superintendent was at the time. So, enough of that. Now, before I show you this next thing, I have to give a shout out real quick. This shout out goes out to Matt's Mocs. I was looking around at his booth when a fellow YouTuber, Grand Trunk Western 6039 UNC, pointed out to me that this was actually Matt's Mocs. Up until then, I hadn't known that. Now, I saw this big packet of decals, and we were talking, and I asked him how much. He said $1. Nothing, I swear, nothing made me take out my wallet quicker. So if you ever see him at train shows, just do say hi, and please buy some stuff from him. He's a really great guy. He was nice to talk to, and I really gotta thank him. These are some awesome decals, and they will definitely go towards that boxcar, because some of those decals that I already showed you were a bit inaccurate. So these will go to fixing that. Again, Matt's Mocs, if you're there, thank you. Here's the last couple of things. Just some building kits, nothing too out of the ordinary. Plasticville telephone poles, which I already have installed on the main layout. An unconstructed house kit, which is that part right there. Now, I will probably butcher that and make a either building under construction or a building being destroyed, for simple reasons. So I'll make a video on what I do to that building when it comes along. And the last thing I have, and I do like this quite a bit because it's actually kind of to scale, is this farmer's market. It's really nice, and it's got all these little pots and different produce things, and it's really nice. I just have to redo the paint on it. Anyways, enough of my yapping, and let's run some trains. The first engines I'm going to be running are obviously the Boston and Maine units. Now, I'll be running these for a little while before I switch over to the K4, which I did get to run. I will also run the HO scale engine pretty much the entire time because I know that will be able to handle it, and it doesn't have any problems because I restored it. So let's get to it. Don't be having a problem now. It's going backwards. There we go. And we're off. Well, the HO scale doesn't necessarily seem to want to run very well, because it just knocks the train off the track. Anyways, I'll fix it later. run these around one more time. And now I'll switch them out for the K4. Now, you might be wondering, how the heck am I going to get this to hook up to this? I have a tiny little hack. This is a paperclip. A really bent out of shape paperclip. And I've already tested it, and it does hook up to the train. So hopefully it will hook up to this boxcar if it wants to be good, or if I put it on the right way. There we go. It's up, it's in, and it's hooked up and ready to go. All right. This is at full throttle on the controller, so it's running pretty good, and it hasn't shorted out yet, so you can see the absolutely out of scale proportions. This is scale, this is not. And I could fit my finger in between there, so slight issue. But that doesn't bother me. Anyways, I appreciate everybody watching the video, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more to come. For now, this is DLMW 664 Productions, signing off.